Inshallah, these are the final days that are coming. Any questions anyone has? Anything you don't understand? Anything you want to say? On the khutbah from the Sahaba. Any questions? Okay. There's nothing, inshallah. Oh, you have something? Say.
That love towards the Prophet ﷺ, that we taking it as well to our Shaykh and to you. And my question is, how we will keep it alive all the time, that is going to keep us in that passion, with that ashq, and we will not be stubborn and we will not be lazy. We will, here and there we will fall back and forth, but how we will maintain it all the time for us to get the benefit.
Don't disconnect. That's how you're going to maintain it. Don't disconnect. It is easy for us here because there are certain things that's happening here at the Dergah that is saying, it is law not only of the Dergah, it's the law of Islam. Now you cannot disconnect. You cannot disconnect yourself from the zikr because it's part of being in tariqat, being bayat. You cannot take away yourself from that zikr. You cannot disconnect. You cannot disconnect from the Jummah. You cannot disconnect from the holy days and the holy nights. It is there, but if you are there, not putting your heart there, it doesn't matter if it is 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, or 7 days that we say you have to be here to connect. It's not going to happen. Which means that watch yourself in these times. Put everything out. Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying, for the sake of Allah, for the love of Allah, for understanding your own distance, how far away you are from Allah. He's saying, cry. Cry. It says, and if you cannot cry, make yourself to cry. But of course, do it in private, not in public. Public, if anything that you do openly, it becomes like a show. Shaitan will just interfere there. So meaning, do something good for the sake of Allah. You say it is not natural, say, or you don't feel like it. Prophet ﷺ says, push yourself a little bit to do it. What's he saying? Yeah, sometimes you have passion coming. And sometimes we don't. The times that you don't, that is the time you have to connect. Then the times that you are connected, remember those times. I'm telling myself, the times that I'm connected, remember that. Because try to use that in the times that you're not connecting. You understand? Remember that. Yes. You must be shukr. You must be thankful to Allah. The times when you don't have, you remember that you have. The times that you have, you remember that you don't have. That's how you're going to be grateful. So it has to be very active. The whole point of ashq is it has to be active. You cannot be lazy. You cannot be passive. You cannot, because no prophet came to be lazy. No prophet taught anyone to be lazy and just sit there and just... No. Every prophet came day and night running. Active. You understand? So with this activity, what? Osmanli are saying, with harakat, there is going to be barakat. With action, with activity, there's going to be blessing. The blessing comes because of the activity. And where there is blessing, there is rahmat. There is compassion. There is love. So, you want to have more love, which we want to have more love, more passion for our Shaykh, we must be active. The time you find yourself, I'm not doing anything, I'm not running to do something. So many times we are saying this. Do something. You cannot do anything, you can bring a glass of water. You cannot do anything, you can see, oh, okay, there's something wrong here, I have to fix it. You understand? Why you think so many times Shaykh Efendi is coming in and he's like washing people up? Why? Over small things. With the other people saying, this is so small. Why is he getting so upset? Because they say, because people are dead. If you're active, you're alive. When you're alive, then you notice what is right and wrong and you're looking. You understand? You're looking and you're trying to fix, and that shows that you care, because that is also the time when the shaitan is trying to block you, trying to muffle you. You're so active and alive outside. Once you come in here, everyone is like this. No, you're not. This is not the time to make muraqabah, to make that kind. There's a time now to look at each other, to look at your surroundings, to try to fix, to help, to be alive, to run for the blessings and for the activity. Then that love is going to be there. And that love is going to just motorize you. No one has to tell you anything now, because you're alive. So that is how you're going to keep connection. The times that are there, use that time. The times that are there, the times that you have to be, you say, okay, it becomes like a routine, stop it. Fix it. You have to take action. It's not just, oh, please pray for me. No. What the Ottomans again saying? Sometimes, what? One hit, one stick, it is better than 1,000 words of advice. Meaning they say, you dua. It's not working. Sometimes one smack, it is better. It wakes people up. Because every prophet, they came to give sohbat, to give du'as, to talk. But every prophet also brought smacks with them, didn't they? Because when you're at the level of animals, you're not going to understand from the words. You're going to understand that smack is a word now because of that level. And I'm not saying go hit your animals. But if you're training, without you having pleasure from that, you cannot. That is necessary. So now you have to motorize yourself a little bit. You have to stop. You have to say, okay, this is getting like this. Okay, it's getting same routine. I must change it up. How things become routine? So many times things become routine because you're just lazy. Because you're not running to do something. If there's so many things for you to do, if you say, okay, I'm going to be here half an hour early, I have to recite this and I have to recite this. No, I'm not going to sit and recite. What am I reciting? I'm going to come and make sure that everything is okay. I'm going to look now with my Shaykh's eyes. I'm going to make sure everything is good. Everyone is okay. I'm going to help around a little bit. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to recite this. Then you start becoming very active. You start running. Every Sahabi ran. They ran. They didn't just sit. Don't think even the Ahli Sufa, they just sit in the masjid. They do nothing all day. They were fighting wars. They were fighting battles. Why were they called Ahli Sufa? Because they didn't belong to no one. No one wanted them. They were like the outcasts. Friends didn't like them. Families didn't like them. Or they didn't have any families. They were lower, maybe, than the slaves. So many of them, they were coming from that background. Meaning what? The whole world doesn't like them. Threw them out. Sounds familiar? Does it sound familiar? Huh? If you see yourself in those shoes, then be thankful. You say, I'm going to recite this. Okay, I'm not just going to recite. Maybe let me think a little bit. Maybe let me understand. You have to fight because you come here and you're going to sit so nice, comfortable, especially the ground is so warm now. What's going to happen? You're going to fall asleep. If you're not doing all of that, at least to force yourself to fight against your ego, you are reconnecting. Otherwise, what is making you to fall asleep? Allah? No. You come to the house of Allah, your heart becomes alive because you're remembering Allah. What is causing you to fall asleep when there's prayer going on? Shaitan. Is there just whispering, just blowing onto you to make you so comfortable. Correct or no? It doesn't matter whether you work outside or you don't work outside. Same. I understand. We all are there, still the same. But what now is going to make you to have that energy once you start fighting? Start fighting against that. Because with that, what do you need when you fight? You need energy. You need what? Passion to fight. No? Then you're going to try, okay, maybe if the zikr is not really helping, I'm not going to make zikr. I'm going to, maybe if not, I'm just going to talk to someone a little bit. I didn't talk to this one long time, just whispering like this. Okay, this one, try to understand, try to think. Anything that you're doing now, because now shaitan is saying sleep, anything that you do to make you not to fall asleep, that becomes a worship. You understand? Fighting against your ego that time becomes higher worship than you're just reciting with no passion, with nothing, just like a robot. We know that. We've been here long enough to know if someone has a passion or not. People, they may be coming also, every week. Coming, not showing nothing, not seeing anything, not giving salams to anything, just coming, sitting down and going back. They're there physically, but they're dead. Their hearts are dead. We see that. May Allah not make us to be like that. So when we get tricked a little bit here and there, we have to. Or you say, okay, today I failed. I wasn't really that alive. Then you try to run to fix it. Maybe after the Jummah you're going to try. Maybe you say, okay, because I wasn't too good. Now let me go into the kitchen and help to clean up. Let me go over here and help to clean up. You make up because you're not lazy. You say, I did this. I owe something. Now I have to pay a little bit. I'm not saying pay to put in, to give money. No. Then maybe you say, oh, my ego. You're so comfortable just sitting there and sleeping, huh? Now I'm going to punish you. I'm going to go to the toilet now. I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'm going to clean the bathroom. And when you look into that bathroom, that dirty, you say, you are more dirty than that. You understand? Some they're saying, oh, it is very, 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 very difficult to do. It is not difficult to do. That is very easy to do. Because when the Shaykh is making you to fight against your own self, to bring you somewhere else, that is difficult to do. So, maybe you're going to do that. Maybe you're going to help other people. Maybe you say, okay, because I was like that, I was just sleeping. Somebody is saying something to me, making me to feel upset. Instead of being upset, I say, oh, you know what? You deserve it. Somebody is saying something to you. You deserve it because before you were like this. But it is active. It is being, what Shaykh Efendi is calling you time to time, thirlama. Being active. Because that is the characteristic of a believer. Tell me Shaykh Efendi likes lazy people. Never. Never. That is the opposite. He sees lazy, sleepy people in front of him. He throws them out from his presence. He wants people who are alive. It doesn't matter if that one now is good or bad, prays so much or doesn't pray so much, but they're alive. Do you understand? So now, inshallah, but we try to do all of that. It is easier to reconnect. You lose the connection, you will reconnect. You lose it, you reconnect. Okay? And that time, you will gain something. It does not become robotic action. It doesn't become a routine. Because then, every day it is different now. Every Thursday it is different. Once you start doing that, you start looking forward to it. You start preparing. You start thinking. You're saying, okay, Shaykh Efendi always asking me any questions. Now, why I am not asking questions? I have all the answers? No. Then let me think a little bit. Let me at least, now in his presence, next time he says any question, I'm going to say, well, I'm thinking about this. I can't figure out the answer. At least he's going to be happy because it shows that I've been thinking at least about something. So you start preparing, you start looking forward to it. Because in reality, the whole universe is looking forward to the Thursday night. The whole universes of the angels, they're looking forward. They are waiting for the azan to be called. They are waiting to be in zikr. They are waiting for who? Waiting for us. At one time, I'm remembering a story because I'm looking at Bilal, yeah? One time, they're saying to the Holy Prophet ﷺ, to have someone else to call the azan because Hazrat Bilal, his voice, not too many people, they they like his voice so much. Okay? Because they say it doesn't sound too good. Because they're judging with their ears. So that happened. Someone else was calling it. Then almost that time passed for that prayer, and the angels, they came down to the Prophet ﷺ saying, nobody called azan. We are waiting for Bilal's voice. We are waiting to hear his voice. We didn't hear his voice. All the angels, they have not prayed yet. You understand? Now, make yourself understand. Boost yourself. No one is going to do it for you. You by yourself. To know that every sunnat that you do, it is bringing you so much blessings, from taking a shower to cutting your fingernails to praying a little bit, to say, okay, I'm going to slow down. I'm going to read something. I'm supposed to read whole of the chapter. I cannot. I'm going to read now only a few ayats from it. I'm going to relax. Put myself in that mode. Start to think. Thursday. At that time your belief will increase and you're fighting against. So the shaitan that is saying, this is the saying. What? You think something is going to happen to you? Inshallah, we are here to fight against our ego and to fight against the shaitan. Fight, inshallah. May Allah give us the strength. We are very weak. We cannot do nothing. But with Allah, anything is possible. Wa min Allahu tawfiq. Al-Fatiha. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Yes.